Hi students, today we are going to do the lesson The 100 Dresses Part 1 written by L. Basor Easter. The 100 Dresses is a story based on the true experience of the author L. Basor about a girl who is teased by her classmates because she belongs to a poor family. The lesson is about a girl named Wanda who boasts of having 100 dresses. Her classmates made fun of her because what she claimed was in contradiction to the fact that she was always seen wearing a faded blue dress. Her classmates found her name to be funny. It was because everyone had easier names than Wanda Petronsky. The lesson The 100 Dresses is based on several themes. First of all, reconciliation, which means restoring friendly relations. Over here, Maddie wanted to restore friendly relation with Wanda. That is the reason she went to Boggins Height to be friends with her, because she felt bad on her deeds, the way she had been behaving with Wanda. And eventually, she writes a letter to Wanda. Next is bullying. Bullying is one of the most prominent theme of this lesson. Though Peggy is innocent, or you can say naive in her child's perspective, the 100 dress game she instigates with Wanda is mean-spirited at heart. Wanda remains stoic, which means that she is calm. She doesn't react at all to the taunts of other children by crying. So Peggy and other girls conclude that whatever actions they were doing, moreover their behavior towards Wanda wasn't cruel, because Wanda was not reacting at all. She was very calm. She never cried on their taunts. Another theme is equality. Over here, Wanda wasn't treated equally. Their treatment towards Wanda was as a lesser human. Yet another theme of this lesson is social isolation. That means staying away from the society. Over here, the game that Peggy plays with Wanda is tactically designed to keep Wanda at a distance from the group of popular girls with whom Wanda would like to be friends. So that is the reason she was ill-treated by all the girls. And moreover, Wanda's loner status at school mirrors her Polish family's social isolation in Boggins Height. They were not really accepted by Americans. That is the reason they had to stay at a distant place like Boggins Height, which was quite far away from the school. Another theme is of class difference. Several details about Wanda's life signal that she and her family belong to a lower social class than most of the students in room 13. Room 13 refers to the class. Wanda has a Polish surname. She wears the same dress every day. This shows the difference, the class difference. She could not afford good dresses, new dresses. Next is, she lives in Boggins Height and has difficulty reading aloud in class. She's conscious. She's not too confident. Wanda's classmates' desire to tease Wanda shows their biasness against Wanda just because of her low social class. Next theme which we come across is remorse. And whose remorse? it is conveyed, it is Maddie's remorse. And it is conveyed on various occasions. For example, she remains distracted in the class. She is always transported to some other world wherein she is thinking of protecting Wanda from other girls in the school. Since she is having that guilt, so in order to get rid of that guilt, she goes to Boggins Heights in order to meet Wanda. But since she could not meet Wanda, so that is the reason eventually she writes a letter to her. There is another theme, which is poverty. Poverty determines that Wanda and her family live far from school. The mud Wanda accumulates on her shoes during the long walk subsequently forces her at the back of the classroom, where she sits with students whom the teacher and front row students presume to be unintelligent. Wanda's poverty also means she wears the same dress to school every day. Maddie's poverty stops her from defending Wanda because Maddie fears she herself will become a target of abuse if people found out that Maddie wears Peggy's old dresses. Ultimately, Wanda's kind heart and drawing skills prove to the class that her poverty does not indicate that she is any less worthy of praise and acceptance. Let's go through the main characters of this lesson. The first and important character is Wanda Petronsky. Wanda Petronsky is a quiet, socially outcast student who sits at the back of room 13. A poor Polish girl with a funny name. Her name was different because she was a Polish immigrant who had come to an American town with her family. Everyone had easier names than Wanda Petronsky in America. She lives far from the school in an area named Boggins Heights. She was poor and did not have many friends. She never laughed, though she sometimes twisted her mouth into a crooked smile. She wore the same faded blue dress to school every day, though she claimed to own 100 dresses at home. Yet another interesting character in the chapter is Peggy. Peggy is the most popular girl in school. She's a rich American girl. She has pretty reddish brown curls and is confident and talented. She was intelligent, good in studies, and scored good marks. Peggy instigates the 100 dresses game in which she teases Wanda. She enjoyed teasing Wanda because of her faded blue dress. She kept asking her mockingly how many dresses she had. She took Wanda, a dull-headed girl. Another character is Madeline, but known as Maddie over here. She is Peggy's best friend. Maddie feels guilty for standing by and letting Peggy tease Wanda. Maddie herself is poor. She secretly wears Peggy's hand-me-down dresses. Hand-me-down dresses here refers to the old dresses. The old dresses of her best friend Peggy, which stealthily Peggy's mother used to give it to her. And Maddie's mother used to modify them by putting certain frills, etc. on them just to give them a new look. Miss Mason is another character. She's the teacher in room 13. Though she initially doesn't notice Wanda's absence, but later on Miss Mason expresses regret when Wanda's father moves his family to the city, where they are less likely to encounter prejudice. There's also the reference of Willie Bounce. Willie Bounce is a student in room 13. His surname is compared to Wanda Petronsky's. Both are considered humorous, but for different reasons. Another character is Jan Petronsky, Wanda's father. Jan writes a letter to Miss Mason to inform her that he is moving his family to the city, a more multicultural environment where his children won't encounter abuse because of their Polish surname. Now, when you are aware of the characters, let's go through the chapter in detail. To begin with Wanda Petronsky and her classmates. Well, it was Monday. Wanda was absent, but nobody noticed in the class. She did not have too many friends in the class because she was very shy and quiet girl. She always preferred to sit in the corner of the class. Maybe because she was not accepted as a friend in the class. Most of the students usually made fun of her. So, in order to avoid being targeted by her classmates, she sat in the last seat, in the last row, where other non-serious and less studious boys sat. She came from Boggins Height, where poor people lived. Her parents were Polish, who left Poland to settle down in America. Wanda's classmates thought of her only when they came out of the class and waited to tease her. But that day she was absent. Wanda did not come to school on Tuesday as well. So you can say that for her classmates, Wanda was just a dull-headed girl. Among the students who used to tease Wanda, there were two girls named Peggy and Madeline. Madeline was known as Maddie. They were close friends. Peggy was the most popular girl in the school. She was pretty and intelligent. Maddie, her friend, was a poor girl. They always teased Wanda. They stayed after the school to mock Wanda. But that day they noticed that Wanda was absent. Usually, all the girls made fun of Wanda. After being teased by other girls, Wanda lied of having 100 dresses and 60 pairs of shoes in her closet. This lie became a game for others, and everybody in the class wanted her to describe her 100 dresses, and that too every day. Peggy and Maddie derived pleasure in her discomfort. So we can say that Peggy instigates the 100 dresses game, in which she teases Wanda. She enjoyed teasing Wanda because of her faded blue dress. Because nearly every day Wanda used to wear that same old dress. And Peggy mockingly used to ask her about her dresses. Because she thought that Wanda was a dull-headed girl. Peggy was the most popular girl of the school. She was very pretty. She always teased Wanda, but she was not cruel. She never behaved cruelly with anyone, not even with animals. If somebody asked her, she always said that Wanda was not an ordinary person, but wanted her to describe the 100 dresses. So we can say that since Wanda remains stoic and doesn't react to the taunts of these girls, so Peggy and other girls are ignorant of the fact that with their actions they were actually hurting Wanda. Maddie too was a poor girl, but was very close friend of Peggy. She felt bad for Wanda as everybody teased her. Maddie wore different dresses given by rich family. She feared that one day all the girls would be fed up of Wanda and she would become the next target. This means that Maddie's own poverty stops her from defending Wanda because Maddie fears that she herself will become an easy target of abuse if those girls found out that Maddie wears hand-me-down clothes of Peggy. Maddie's guilt was easily visible. She remained distracted in her thoughts during the class. Her remorse was easily conveyed through her actions. One day, Maddie decided to write a note to Peggy, asking her not to tease Wanda anymore. Later, she tore it up, thinking that Peggy might be angry with her and would tease her. She thought of Wanda's discomfort. She thought about how Wanda had described her blue and green velvet dress, with each little detail. And her thoughts got diverted to the upcoming drawing contest. The day of drawing competition came. It was drizzling. Peggy and Maddie did not want to be late, so they did not wait for Wanda to tease her. There was a drawing competition for everyone in the class. Boys had to draw a motorboat and girls a dress. Everybody thought of Peggy to win, as she drew really well every time. It was the time for the results. Miss Mason announced the winner. Everybody drew beautifully in the class in bright colors. The class had assembled and the class teacher, Miss Mason, announced the winners of the drawing contest. Jack Beggles was the winner among the boys and Wanda Petronsky was the winners in girls. Everybody, especially the judges, were immensely impressed by her drawings. And each of her drawing was capable of winning the contest individually. But Wanda was absent that day. Miss Mason showed her drawings to all the students. Entire class clapped for Wanda in joy. They found that all the dresses she used to describe were there. The green velvet one, the blue one, and the red one also. The boys whistled with fingers in their mouth. Peggy said that she had thought she could draw the same like Wanda. So in the end, we can say that Wanda's kind heart and drawing skills proved to the class that her poverty does not indicate that she is any less worthy of praise and acceptance. Therefore, everybody in the class clapped for Wanda's great quality of drawing. In conclusion, we can say that the behavior towards Wanda was completely undesirable as it shows racism and ragging. These are totally condemnable issues in the society, which cannot be accepted. Peggy and Maddie never thought of Wanda's feelings and continued teasing her. But her selection as a winner shows that color, prejudice, or racism are not the parameter of talent, as everybody clapped for her drawings. It is very disturbing to see her being teased for her financial condition, as it is ever changing, but the skills and talent never go in vain. So, I hope we all give respect to one another and do not judge anyone on the basis of his or her monetary status or physical color. Let us all be encouraging human beings, helping and uplifting other human beings.